Today we have a special guest on our podcast. It is Haley Jackman. She's a 19-year-old content creator from Canada who
newly 19.
Newly 19 and influencer. And we found her because actually like our algorithm was sending it to us because my daughter is going to university next year, and Haley happened to be going into a university my daughter was looking at. And then all of a sudden she started coming up, and we were so drawn to her content because it felt so like an insight into what it would be like to be her age and be an influencer, that we kept getting served all of her content. And now we are followers and we're watching Haley's really exciting life, the life of a newly 19-year-old who's had, I mean, we've only known you this year, but
Are you done school? Are you done? On hold? Are you on pause?
Yeah, like kind of. Like I'm still doing some type of like courses and stuff, but I'm not like at Western.
So Haley was at Western when we were watching her in residence in a program that we thought sounded really cool. And you discovered, like,
I have so
I know you discovered
as a mom, like
you discovered very quickly in residence at Western in the MIT program, which you can tell us what that is, that it wasn't right for you. Give us a little bit of that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I'm super excited to be here. And I feel like not the normal experience at Western that like everyone else has. And I think that was what like I struggled with the most, was like not everybody had followers there, or if they did, they were like just starting out. And I'm going to start like right from the beginning.
Yes, please.
First week of school, I was literally there for 24 hours when I got an email from the school asking if I would like be on the front cover of the newspaper. That came out in like a week. And in the moment I was like, yes. And if I could go back, I would have said no.
I was at my tour of Western, and that newspaper was out. And I had brought a bunch of girls for the tour, and they were like, oh my gosh, she's on the cover. We're like, wow.
Why do you feel like it was a mistake, like to be on the cover?
I think in my mind, I was thinking of it from like a work perspective. And I was like, oh my God, like this is such a great opportunity. And not from the perspective of like a bunch of 19-year-old girls would not fuck with that. And
what does that mean? Wait, what does that mean?
Like they would think it's like I bragging or like weird, and not weird, but like it was like, wow, she really thinks she's top shit. And like I think it kind of fucked over my experience in a way, because it was like from the second that happened, I felt like every single person knew something about me that I didn't know. And any girl that met me at school will say I said that line a million times. Every single room I walked into, it was like I could feel the energy, whether people were acting like it or not. I could feel the energy that everybody knew something that I did not know.
Do you think that that was more than just being on the cover, but also that you were being so like open and documenting your experience online?
Yeah, because my whole life is pretty much posted. And I went through like I went through a situation like a year ago before I moved to school that I felt like a lot of people were still like resonating with, which like I didn't even resonate with it. Yeah, I just like went through a breakup and he lived in London.
You're touching on such a like poignant thing of you're a teenager navigating life. We make mistakes, but you're posting it. And as like moms, we can't control what you guys post. So like how are you balancing what you're posting? Because you're good, content kind of lives forever, and the reputation, a 30-second soundbite goes forever out of a 3-minute clip, and they are not equal to the context, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like everything I've like posted, I was like aware in the situation that I was like, well, whatever, like it's fine. But it did come back and kind of bite me in the ass in a way, just when I went to school. Never in any other parts of my life did I feel like it did. But when I went to school, I really felt like it did. But at the same time, I didn't regret it. Like it was the worst thing I had been through. Meanwhile, I had 70,000 people telling me what I should do and shouldn't do because I was posting it. But what else do you post when you're like in your room crying for days? So like it was like there was nothing else to post. And then I also went on a podcast talking about it. So it was out there.
do you think if you hadn't been online and sharing the things, your university experience would be very different? If you were anonymous?
150%. I think I would have loved it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
So you had a reputation
ah.
by way of just because of your online and your history with that city.
Yeah, I hadn't met, like, I'll talk about Rush, like, no problem on here. I rushed to be in a sorority, and from everybody else after the fact, I got told I was blacklisted, which I did not know that in the moment. Like, I was posting, like, I'm rushing. Like, it wasn't really, but I knew deep down because I didn't want to post it until after. I didn't want to post that I was rushing until the week after Rush had happened because I kind of had a feeling, but I never knew why. And through the grapevine, I've just heard, like, oh, like, she's a bitch. She's so rude. And I'm like, okay, well, I post that I can be rude. There's no way you've never told the girl that she's a bitch. Like, I don't believe it.
Like, you think that everyone can be bitchy and rude, and you were at times,
But because you were online, it was like highlighted.
So I was like, okay.
So out of the 5 sororities, also nobody, I don't know how sororities work, but nobody let you in.
I got dropped by the 3 sororities that I would have considered in the first day, and every other person maybe got dropped by 1. Like, I did not know. Anyways, no one I knew had gotten dropped by more than 1. So I was right away after that happened, I was like, I dropped it that night.
And do you think it's because you have a following and you share? Like, because you share everything. They don't want you to
Yeah,
share what's
'cause
happening.
it's like a liability. But, like, what do you guys
Yeah.
mean that is such a liability that I can't post about?
You know, in a really like different way because we're older, but sometimes someone will like be talking to me, and then usually it's a man, and he'll be like, "Oh, don't use this on your podcast." You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you feel like people are kind of holding back because they're actually afraid, because all of our life we share on our social and on our podcast because in the way that it affects us personally.
Yeah.
But people think they're so important that it's about them. It's not about you, dumb. It's about our experience with someone like you, and there's a million people like you. And so I could like she said, them being like worried that they could be exposed. But you're right, if you're doing good things, you should have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, also anyone in that sorority could turn on any of them within seconds, make a fake account. Sorry, if you make a new account and post a video, like going crazy in this video, crashing out on a new account that just got made that night and you're crashing out, that is getting millions of likes every
Yeah.
single time.
So you're saying anyone in that sorority could go and do that, and then it's no
Yes.
different than what you do.
Yes. And like, yes, I do have a platform where it like might be more personal. But if you go make a fake account and post something that's happening to you, say you got cheated on or something, and you're like, my boyfriend just cheated on me, story time, and it's the first video you ever post, that video is going to blow up.
Right.
Do you think, I would feel like this is like so intricate because everyone has social media, like all the university students, and you guys can all perv each other before you see each other and meet each other, and you can deep dive. And like, I'm sure the first thing you do is what's your Snap account when you're like meet each other. You don't like get phone numbers anymore. What does it look like for our 10-year-olds? Like, what's going to happen if people are so harsh on each other before face to face? And like, in essence, your university experience is a bust because of a social media platform.
Yeah. I think that it's a lot more normal than like these people think, especially when I went to school. Because when I'm like down here or when I go to events and stuff, I'm like, everyone does it. So then when I go to places where people don't do it, it like is like blindsiding to me that people don't think that it's normal. But when I look at like kids, I feel like they are evolving with it and knowing that other people are doing it and it's a lot more popular. I think right now, especially like becoming an influencer and a content creator is like the biggest topic on TikTok. Like everyone wants.
Well, there's a whole program. That's what you were in at Western, was the MIT program, which is media technology. Like, it is
Yeah.
influencing the marketing.
I also do think that a lot of people are in MIT not to do anything to do with it.
For you,
Eh.
when you look at expectations versus reality, like when you're in grade 12 thinking about university, take out the experience of people knowing you, what was your biggest expectation versus reality?
I only wanted to go to school to like make friends. And that was my only reason. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do, and the things I did want to do didn't have to do with school. Like my mom's a real estate agent, so like I've always like seen like real estate, and like you don't have to go to school to be a real estate agent. Like you can just take your real estate course. And
Yeah.
she also like owns her own like company sort of around it. And then my stepdad is all into like tech coding, all that web design, and I'm really good at web design as well. So they
Oh,
were
that's
like
amazing.
both like routes that I'd want to go into. So it was just the social part of it. And then when I went, it did not have, I had the farthest thing from the social part of it.
So you had expectations. You kind of knew what you were getting into academically, and you're a strong academic student, I'm assuming, if it was
Yeah.
just like the birds courses for you. And then when you went, you were looking, this is what I think is so massive for so many teenagers is they're watching TikToks of the universities in America, and everyone's like a group and they're like best friends and they're in their alpha, gamma, delta. And it's like this instant community that they sell, but that's the TikToks you're seeing. And when in reality, I think that the experience is, I don't know if it's like that for everybody. And I don't, I caution that that's what's unfortunate about social media is what it's projected to be. Cause in your head, you're like, oh, it's going to be the best and I'm going to have this. And then you go and it's work, right? Like it takes time to find a community. Like it's not just instant.
You have to, my best advice for anybody that's going into first year residence is whatever you do, as much as like you want to have like a single room and a single bathroom, don't do it. Like I was in the best residence at school with like the best like room. Me and my roommate had our own rooms. My room was gorgeous. We shared a bathroom. That was it. And to like meet people that way, it is borderline impossible unless you were going banging on everyone's doors, being like, oh my gosh, let's all hang out. Which I was in like a residence that wasn't like that. Like no one's doors was open. Like it was very not that. So I think it was a lot more difficult. Where I have friends that were in like single dorms, but still had communal bathrooms. And as soon as you're in a traditional residence, you are going to become friends with every single person on your hallway. It is a full different vibe. And it's just the
It's like
expectation.
camp, right? It's like if you go to camp and
Yeah.
you're in your room, you're,
We
I
all
said to
like
my,
do
I said
everything
to my
together.
daughter recently, I was like, think of a wedding. If you go to a wedding and there's a huge venue, no one's really in a vibe. Everyone's just kind of dispersed and no one really talks. Everyone stays in their group. When you have a small venue, you're all squished together and the vibe is like off the chart. The music's going, people like there's nowhere to go. So the energy stays
I had
here.
exactly that experience. My brother got married in like, like in a room in a hotel, which okay, in theory, if we're being judgy, it was like way like inexpensive, like basic kind of wedding, but you had nowhere to go. I was in this big place that had like balconies and bars and living room areas, and we couldn't get that vibe on the dance floor because we weren't squished together.
You have to be squished together.
Yeah. And all my friends that are in traditional res like love it. And now I do see parts where it is my fault because I didn't leave my room. I'd go to class, I'd come back to my room, I'd come home every single weekend. In fact, I'd come home on Wednesdays. I'd come home Tuesday after my last class at 6, sleep at my boyfriend's house, stay at my boyfriend's all day Wednesday, go back at 6 a.m. on Thursday for my class. Then I'd come back home Friday night, and then I'd go back on Sunday. Every single week, every single week.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit.
Should I take a quick break and then we'll come right back?
Yeah.
Take a quick break and come right back.
So while you're at school, you're currently also still working as influencer, which I want you to explain a little bit what that means as far as like making money and stuff like that. But then you decide this ain't for me. I'm out of here.
What's your mom saying at this point? Are you calling home and crying every time?
No, I actually only cried one time at school. Like once.
And I think that's expected. Some
It was
people are
like
going
the first week I got there. when everything was like kind of happening with the newspaper and I felt like no one would talk to me. That was like my emotions at first. And the sorority thing was a humbling experience. That was the most humbled I've ever been in my life. That was like a very, wow, okay, you really cannot please everybody no matter what. And like people are going to hate you literally no matter what. So
Yeah.
that was like the hardest part of university. After that, I was coming home very often. So I also was playing flag football at university on like the flag team. So we were like going to tournaments on weekends, and I had practice every single week at 6 a.m., 5:45 a.m.
And there wasn't that bonding with the team?
There was. I really liked every single person at flag football. That is what made me actually stay till like the end of that semester. Like that was like the thing that was really making me stay. Meanwhile, second week of school, I got diagnosed with celiac disease. So couldn't eat anything. And I had also gained 30 pounds. So, but in the summer to school, but that was also big, like very big mind fuck for me. So I was coming home,
Yeah.
working out with like my boyfriend or like by myself as much as I really could. And that was kind of like, I knew I didn't love it. I just like didn't know what to tell my parents because obviously they had paid a lot of money for me to go to school and like I didn't pay for my own school. So I was like super grateful that they paid for it, but I also did not know what to tell them. And telling my mom was a lot harder than telling like my stepdad. Meanwhile, sorry, Mom and Ty, but both of them had dropped out of school. So they kind of let it slide.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not, I mean, I think,
And they're both successful.
Yeah. And my mom dropped out of school. Well, she finished school eventually, I guess. But like she dropped out of school for a boy. And like I'm still doing stuff like on the side and like with like other programs. So like that's perfectly fine. But considerably left Western completely. So that part of it is kind of like
I feel like
so
that
awkward
decision.
telling people.
Well, no, it's not. Listen, don't feel awkward about it. It's actually a unique experience and like the storytellings other people are going. It's not like, it's not like you're going to encourage other people to do that, but to know that if you're really, really unhappy, that making a change can help, and who cares if it's not the same way everybody else does it. We did not take the traditional paths at all.
And I
And I
think
did
that-
drop out of college too.
I think not every university is the right fit, and you don't know till you're there. Like you go and visit a 2-hour tour, if at all, and then you make a decision, and you're living there for 4 years. Like it is a life changing moment, and that's hard.
I also didn't visit Western once. So that is also another reason where I went wrong. I knew I wanted to be in a big city, and then I've always like loved Toronto, as well as I got into schools in the States. So that was also like up in the air. Like I was going to go to U of Arizona, like until the day I accepted Western.
Why that? One of my daughter's friends just got in there. What happens at U of Arizona? What were you going to take? What was the draw?
I applied to U of A. To be honest, I followed influencers that went there and they really liked it. So I was
Thank
like,
you.
okay, cool.
This is the problem.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So I started doing like more research on it. They had like a great program where I also find here there's not as many media programs. Like I got into U Ottawa, and that was like one of the only other schools that actually had like a media program and just like more like broad. So that also narrowed down my decision. And I got in last minute. I had already accepted Western, but I got into Penn State. And then I think there was.
Okay. So alongside all this is happening, you are working as a content creator, influencer. You're being paid. Who is managing you and who's teaching you how to do all this?
Myself. I don't think anyone's ever taught me how to do any of it, but I do have a manager who like runs all my email and everything for me and negotiates like all my contracts and sends over my documents for me to sign. And
Is that with an agency?
yeah. So I'm with
Okay.
Upside Down Talent and they are amazing.
I have a question for you. When did you decide that what is you want to be a content creator?
Yeah.
I was in 10th grade and I always posted. So posting wasn't out of the ordinary for me. It was like very normal. Like, I posted on Instagram, no one else posted on Instagram. If I took an Instagram photo, it was getting posted. I never had like 1 or 2 photos on my Instagram. Like, I always had a full feed where that, like, not many people I knew did have that. Like,
Yeah.
it was like 2 photos, their best photos. Mine was
Yeah.
like good photos, but like those always post there. I was like always changing my bio, post like profile photo getting updated. And then on TikTok, I'd post like thirst traps, kind of like just like lip singing videos. I also had a boyfriend that like was also kind of in the public eye a little bit. So it was,
What do you think the issue is? Why are girls mean, or are they mean? Like, what is this thing of them not accepting, or what is this? What is this that they don't like that you're in the public eye? Or do you think that is there a miscommunication? Or if you guys just sat down, you're like, hey, this bothers me, oh, it's a miscommunication. Or is it just a whole group of people that don't like that you post every day? Do you know what I mean? Like, if they don't post and you do, are they like, is that sacrilegious because you do it? Like, you're not, that's the code, you broke the code of what people do. Like, you're extra.
I'm not someone that's gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm the nicest person in the entire world. Like, if someone is rude to
Right.
me or someone does something, like, I will call you out. If a guy fucks over any of my friends, I'm the one that is up in their face, like, go fuck yourself, like, open and blunt.
Okay. So you're not afraid of confrontation.
No, not at all. And I wish I was more, I think, because now I've gotten better at shutting my mouth. But when I was younger, me and my dad is an alcoholic, and I lived with my dad. So me and my dad would go back and forth, like no other, screaming, all the above. So I learned how to like verbally argue. And like
Where was your mom during this?
my parents got divorced. So I lived with my dad, and then I lived with my mom and dad like half and half. That ended very quickly. Oh, my mom is like the absolute best. Like, but me and my dad like did argue until I stopped seeing him.
How old were you when you were arguing with a grown-up?
I was like in grade 7 or 8.
Mm.
So that was like really traumatic for me, and that was like
Yeah.
really that is where I definitely learned to like argue in a way, because like he was always arguing with me. And so then I had to like learn how to like, okay, like don't do that.
So if someone pisses you off, you will go guns a-blazing.
Not anymore,
literally,
not
but-
anymore. But I used to. So like when I was like early high school, like if there was girl drama or stuff, like instead of texting it, I would just go up to your face. And
I
be
get
like,
that. I get. Okay, so Pete, I'm trying to think of what
like I'd
because
be
we
like,
have
okay,
teenage.
I would like say it to my face. Say it to my face. Like don't
Well,
fucking text.
nobody says it to anybody's face anymore.
Yeah. So like it was never. So I don't really know the reason. I know why people in my hometown, some don't like me. I think because when things would happen, that would happen. But it was never like I would never like get in a physical fight or anything like that.
No.
It was just like
No,
me
no,
being
no.
like I don't know. So
I mean,
I
I
think
started
that is one thing, but then also just like it is hard to get under my skin, and people know that, so they're like always trying to nag at me, especially in my comments. If you guys have ever seen them, is like it is beyond like it is always people just trying to like when I had gained weight, like oh my god, like you're so fat now, blah blah blah, and like always just trying to like actually like pull me down to that I stop posting. I think because it is so hard.
How does that make, like, how do you handle those feelings? Like, does that get you?
No, that getting called fat did, but I already knew. Well, I wasn't fat, but I had gained weight. So like, and I knew.
you were not used to your body. Like, it was different for you.
Yes, and like I knew. So like it didn't like get under my skin as much. The thing that got under my skin the most was like when I went through a breakup and people would comment it because it was so touchy. Like that was such a touchy subject
Yeah.
to me. Anyone could say anything about my dad. Anyone could say anything about that, which that's also a topic I talk about on there. So like anything I post, give me your opinion. But
Well,
a
how
lot
do
of
you
it
feel
really
now?
gets me.
How do you feel, like, do you ever have any hesitation, which it seems like you don't, but like about posting your current relationship?
No, because my boyfriend's perfect.
For now, Haley.
Like he is like he's like nicest. Like we do not argue or anything, and like I do think that like if we ever were to break up, it would just be like this isn't working. So I don't like worry. We're like I was always walking on eggshells in my past relationships, and like
Mhm.
that is not the case. So that's why I'm
I
so much more. I am not really close with any people that are like super sensitive, because like that's who I am as like an individual, and like that's who I am as a person. So like, but I also am like super nice. I'm like super empathetic, and like I have so many amazing traits, but don't think that everybody needs to be like friends. I think it's fine to be on mutual terms with everybody, but I don't
yeah.
think everyone needs to be friends.
Well,
And
not
for
you don't
me
have
to be,
something in common with everyone, right? It's impossible to have everything in common to find a friendship when you don't have things in common. I was just curious because a lot of the behavior you're talking about is exclusion. Like you get excluded from things, which is the
yeah,
classic power trip of what girls do. They like to take a group, exclude someone to take the power back. They're not mean, but they're just excluding, which is in a sense mean and hurtful. But it's, if I always say, if you took it to a court of law, it's not wrong, but it just feels bad, you know, and it is
yeah.
the ultimate, it's the ultimate hurt of exclusion. And it sounds like you have been excluded from a lot of the communities you wish to be a part of.
Yeah, and I think that comes with pros and cons, because I've like learned to like my solitude more than hanging out with other people. Like I hang out with my mom like all the time. My mom's like my best friend. But then when I hang out with other people, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I wish I was hanging out with my friends." Like when I am alone, or I want to like go out, or I want to go do something, I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could go with my friends." But then sometimes I'm with my friends, or I'm with people, and I'm like, "No, I really need to get out of here. Like I really need to be alone."
You have a low social battery.
Yeah, I also just don't trust anybody.
You need to fix that, Haley. You need
I
to fix
don't.
that.
I
You know,
don't like.
because there are a lot of kind people. Like that's, I think, the downfall of social media. I really do, because
You trust your boyfriend?
Yeah, no, my boyfriend's like my best friend, but also I do think it's important to like have other friends, which like I do. Like my best friend just lives really far. Like she lives in
Oh,
Halifax. She goes to
oh.
Dal. So like we went to high school, well, not together, but kind of together. Like we were together every single day. We just didn't go to the same school. So then like now like that's she's always been somebody I can like trust and talk to. Where now I even feel like that even more, because like obviously she isn't around like anybody that I would be talking about. Like she doesn't know anybody that I
Mm.
do like here or school or whatnot. So like that's been super nice. But then when I would like meet new people, because of social media, probably
Yeah.
genuinely, I just like I'd be like, "Oh, like do you really want to be my friend, or do you want to like know?" Like I always feel like I said, they either know something that I don't know, or like they're trying to get something out of me.
Haley, how do you find now that you have become a part of like the influencer like community? I'm sure that you're going to a lot of events, you're with Unwell, right?
Yeah.
How do you find the creator influencer community?
I have not. I have like the best experiences with everything influencing. Like I've never had a bad experience. They're like the people that make me feel like the most heard. Like I feel like I can tell anyone that does TikTok my whole life. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
care if you go talk about it. But then like when it's people that like don't, it's like I can't.
Yeah, yeah. You're living in the same kind of, you have something in common with them. Like you're living your life the kind of the same way they are, and they
Yeah.
get it.
Like I have had such amazing experience. I've met like so many like friends, mutual friends. I have a hard time saying friends. I don't think a lot of people are my friends, but like mutuals.
Yeah.
Where I met a lot of them, and I'm like, "Oh my god, they are amazing. They're so sweet." Like, I haven't had a bad experience. Like, it's been amazing, and it's like a breath of fresh air when I go to any events, I feel like. When I meet
When
people,
did it become a job for you? Like when did it become an income and a job and something you're like, I'm gonna do?
I always knew I wanted to do it, but I became like an income and a job like towards the end of the semester.
Oh, just recently.
Yeah, like when I went like the end of summer, first month into a school, I landed like the most brand deals I've ever landed, that I was like, "Wow, okay."
So did those brand deals like reach out to you personally before you got the manager?
No, so I've been with my management for over a year now, and he was like always getting me brand deals and like pitching me and stuff to other things, but it was always more like it was like 2 or 3 a month, and the money I'd make was just like spending money.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have anything to pay for, so I would just like go shopping, and I'd buy myself nice things, and I would
Go for a blowout.
yeah, like I get like everything that I'd like want. It was kind of like I didn't have to pay for anything, so the money I did have a lot of more money than other people my age
Right.
did, but it wasn't like I was saving that money for anything.
Yeah.
It was just like I was getting it and I'd be like, oh, I want Golden Gooses. Okay, I'm gonna go buy Golden Gooses.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't comprehend the fact that like, oh, I'm gonna like need this to like pay my rent.
Live.
And things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just like a normal high school student actually. Just like having this money that I was like, oh, I'm gonna go shopping, I'm gonna go do things. And I didn't have to pay for like my own house and rent or anything like that. So
fast forward, you leave Western, you move to downtown Toronto.
And you're paying for your rent.
Are you paying for your rent now?
yeah, I pay for everything by myself down here.
Wow.
Well,
Is it scary?
That was a part of the conversation when I was like leaving Western.
Yeah.
It's like my mom, it wasn't that I wasn't allowed to go home. They just didn't want me to come back to that toxic environment of being in my hometown.
Yeah.
But it was like, if you're leaving, like you're moving to Toronto or like you're moving not back here.
You're going to grow up. Like you're not coming back. You're not taking a step back. We're taking a step forward.
Yeah. So I knew that I had enough like money in my bank account to like move out of school. And then I also knew that I had like landed some like really big brand deals that like I had money coming in.
Yep.
Well, like then I was like, okay, like hopefully I just keep landing brand deals.
Yeah. And it's so true. Like with all the things that we can do, because we have like, we have the creativity to be in so many different areas. If you don't love doing it, if it doesn't come naturally,
Don't
like
do
the forcing it is going to be obvious and it's not going to be successful. When you can take your energy and focus on something that you really love to be creative in.
What's Haley's dream? What's next? Like I hate the what's next question, but like what is in Haley's head where we're going?
I feel like you can handle a lot.
I want to like make a name for myself in like another way and not just social media. I just like don't really know what. I don't know what yet, but I know I want to.
19, Sweetie. You are 19. You are 19.
Is
right? Like
is there an area?
So much time to make so many names for yourself.
Is there an area of interest?
Well, I did the podcast and I did the clothing brand, and it's definitely neither of those things. So
that's 2 out of the way. Perfect.
Yeah.
I personally, I think there's a lot of people that need to hear, what didn't go right. Because I think sometimes we think that everything is something should be a way, and it's not always a way. And I think that a lot of people, it's not right or wrong, it's just different. And I think sometimes people get so locked and loaded on what should be, and then sometimes difference what everyone needs.
And I think that makes sense. That was also like a really interesting part. That is an interesting part of your content, is that you're saying something different than everybody your age is saying.
Like why university wasn't right for me. You know what I mean? Like it is a very interesting right now, because I think everything is, you can always change your mind. I don't think you need to go back to university, but
you like in your life, living in your condo and downtown and your boyfriend and your job right now, do you feel
happy?
Do you feel happy, and do you feel like a little bit of like compared to
aligned? Is your life aligned?
Yeah, like I love it, and I've gotten like parts of my life like a little more like figured out that like I had to figure out, like my health and like going to the gym, and like and now I go to Pilates every day, and like those things where it's like, wow, you see on TikTok and you're like, wow, I want to do that, but then when you're actually doing it and you actually start feeling better and you're like, wow, like okay, people don't just do this to make a video. Where that was like super rewarding, because like I do every morning at 7 a.m. I go, and that has, I feel like, made a big difference in my life. And I've also learned to like do my own dishes and do things that like I really did not like doing, and laundry is still one of those things I really don't like doing.
Where do we?
And I will wait like 2 weeks and like pile up my clothes until, and I'm like, wow, well fuck, you don't have a pair of jeans to wear, so you're gonna have to figure it out.
You're like playing mini grown up right now.
Yeah, and like I get to like book things whenever I want to, and like go places, and like not have to like worry about other things. Like I'm decided 2 days ago I'm going to New York on Sunday, and I'm going to New York on Sunday for 3 days. So like,
what makes Haley happy right now?
Being alone.
Okay.
Like my solitude makes me really happy. Going to the gym makes me super happy. Okay. Cooking meals at home makes me super happy.
Oh,
Well, Haley, we love following you. We're excited for your journey. I mean, it is very insightful to watch a 19-year-old from Canada, navigate life right now. And as we have two very close to you in the age, and we're excited for you. I mean, I think you can do whatever you want to do. And that's the best thing about what you do.
and we'll be watching, and then we'll have to do a follow-up in a little while, see where we're at.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Oh my gosh. I am
appreciate
so
it.
excited for you, Haley. Oh God, keep the adventures coming. Where can everyone find you?
You guys can follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I do YouTube, kind of, but
Yeah.
it's Haley and Jackman. And yeah. Thank
Yay.
you.
Oh my God, Haley, thank you. Oh, you're the best.